Hi everyone, this is Amy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making a steamed chocolate cake. For this dish we need 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour just into a large bowl, a teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, a 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of sugar depending on how sweet you like your cake. I'm just using a 1/2 cup here, and a 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. We're going to whisk this up as much as possible. It doesn't matter if it's not thoroughly whisked through, because we're going to sift this through into our wet ingredients later. So once that's mixed a little bit, set that aside. In a separate bowl, we're going to add 1 1/4 cup of whole milk, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, which will replace eggs and butter, 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt for a little tang, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of coffee to bring out the chocolate flavor just a little bit more, give that a little good whisk before we go ahead and sift in our dry ingredients. Just using a strainer. If you have a sifter, use that. Once that is all sifted in, we're going to mix this up until we get a gorgeous little silky chocolate cake batter. Now I didn't have a small enough cake pan, but I did have these disposable ones. I think this is a 6-inch rectangular one, just lined with a little parchment. Be sure to spray a little oil and place down your parchment paper a little better so you don't have to go through this struggle like I did. Once that's fixed, we can go ahead and resume. And once all your batter is in, you want to tap it against your workbench to get out any air bubbles. And since we are steaming this, we need to cover this with a little foil to make sure the condensation doesn't go back into our batter and keep this from steaming all the way through. Now I have a large steamer on my stove. If you don't have one, just use a large pot with lid with a little wire rack or tin foil. Just make sure the bottom of your cake pan isn't touching the water. Popping this in, putting the lid on, and we're going to let this steam away for an hour and a half. Now I only did it for 45 minutes at first. It definitely needed more time, so an hour and a half. After an hour and a half, go ahead and pull out your cake and let this cool for a little bit before testing with a little toothpick, and this is done. We're going to frost this up. I did actually try to make a ganache, but I failed because I just messed it up. It's a long story, but I did have this frosting. Make this a little prettier with a couple of berries, but we're going to try our best. And then since powdered sugar makes everything pretty, dusting this a little bit on top. And I cannot believe this actually worked, but it did, and it's cooked. And I'm very proud of myself. And this could be a fun little thing to do with your kids for Easter. Let's slice off a little bit of this, add a couple of berries on our plate, and we can go ahead and give this a little taste. Now this is definitely not the texture of a normal cake. This is definitely a little bit more rubbery, but it is definitely cooked through and actually quite delicious. I'm kind of proud of this. It's chocolatey, it's moist, it's tender, albeit a little rubbery, but would I make this again? 100%. Would like to try this with a little matcha flavoring. But there it is, steamed chocolate cake. I hope you all try to make this in your home if you dare. But thank you so much for spending time with me again today. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you like this video, give it a like. If you loved it, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell, because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you again, and until next time, happy cooking.